We don't entertain terrorists. We don't negotiate with terrorists.
Oh,
Did you just call me a terrorist? Did you just call me a terrorist?
You got it.
How am I a terrorist? How am I a terrorist?
She wants to be left alone.
How am I a terrorist?
Leave me
No.
alone.
Leave
Leave
it.
me the
What?
fuck
She
alone.
threw his mic?
Why are you throwing my
She
mic?
wants to be left alone.
Do you condone her actions right there?
I don't condone your actions at all.
Do you condone her
I don't
actions?
conduct your actions.
Okay, tough guy. Thank you. We're going to go get the mic.
Please walk away. This is pride. If you don't have to realize, you're like very.
Well, this is something called, and you could say with me, public property, right? It's public property. Say, ready? Sound it out. Public property.
I'm not as ignorant as you are.
Okay, but can
I'm
you
not
say-
brainwashed as much. No, I'm not.
What is public property?
Not me. I'm standing my ground. Have a good day. And you
Have a
too.
good day. Let's get the mic.
Jeez.
All right, we're good.
This is insane. Well, let's jump to the next video, okay, guys? Look, I'm gonna say the thing, okay? I'm gonna say the thing, but let's keep going.
Said to me that if Jesus is black, heaven is a ghetto. Everywhere black people live is a damn ghetto. Why should I be yelling at the white man? Hell, if it wasn't for him, we'd all probably be dead from diseases and sickness. Or hell, we each other. Wasn't for the white man. Yeah, white man built America. You say the slave built America. Don't they cover that lie? I'll slap the taste out of your mouth. You ain't built nothing. Half the time what you did build as a slave, the white man had to whoop your ass with a whoop to get you to do that little bit of work that you did do. Had to whoop your ass to get it done. Talking about we built them. You ain't built a damn thing. Don't own a damn thing. None of it. You had Harlem, you threw that away. No, thank God for the white man. Thank God. He's built America and some other safe places. Built airlines so you can ride around on. Built automobiles. Hell, y'all ain't got one nation in Africa have built a car talking that damn talk. The only thing y'all can do is play basketball, run up and down the court like a bunch of double-jointed fools. Somebody said to me that if Jesus is black.
Oh my goodness. Okay, guys. Do you know why comedy is funny? Comedy is funny because most of what is being said is true. Okay, that is why the left have lost the ability to be funny, because they can't. They are divorced from reality. So let's jump to this next video. Like, tell me in the chat, is he lying? All right, is he telling the truth? Let me know in the chat. Oh, let me position this properly. Let's go.
Absolutely disgusting. This is about.
Yeah, see, that's not a Christian.
This is not okay to have around children. Give me my pen, please. This is absolutely disgusting. This is about.
This happens 3,000 times every day in America.
Power. This is not a human
3,000
being.
times every day in America.
Because
That's an actual.
That is a part of what happens in mammals.
So when you're pregnant, do you have? When you're
have
pregnant with a
nothing on
boy.
me. I am a women's maternal child health nurse.
When you're.
I understand
So
science.
you
I
shouldn't.
teach sex
You have
ed.
no
I'm a
business.
state rep.
You have
I
no
fight pieces of
business.
shit like you.
You have no
every
business
day.
having a
Get
health
the
license.
Fuck out of here.
You're absolutely. You have.
Don't tell me what
You're
to
wicked.
do.
No, she's an expert.
Here in New England.
Don't tell her what to do.
Stop. 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 You do not tell people to be quiet. You are part of the problem. No, I'm not. Stop
Was it expert
telling.
opinion?
I was trying to tell her she's part of the problem.
I could be your mother, and you don't understand
What?
that in other parts of the country they don't tolerate this.
Really?
They yell at them until they leave.
Really?
Okay?
And yelling is not going to make me leave.
That is part of the white patriarchy that you've been indoctrinated to. It is white privilege. What? And
I'm trying to
I
ask her
am
to
telling them that this is inappropriate to have around children, and that I don't want to see it.
and she's yelling over everybody. I'm on her side about
No,
this, and I was trying to tell her she doesn't need to be yelling at people.
Correct.
I
Which
can
is all I was
yell
trying to say.
as much as I want.
We're trying to keep the peace here. You're not
You
gonna be
guys,
yelling.
hate is not peaceful.
Ma'am.
And we all hear that hate is not
I've been here for hours.
They're just standing there. They have
you're on the
their
wrong
own
side.
speech.
Don't shush
No,
me.
I'm not. I am saying I don't want this here.
Okay, well that's not your choice.
No, but it's my choice to express my free speech and say we don't want
That is
this.
a party of tolerance.
I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not hurting anybody. No.
You're causing a disturbance.
Let them gay people be gay. Guys, I will. Listen, I am not going to have anybody tell me to be quiet. Okay, I'm not being silent.
I know. See, and you're gonna stay with him after you die. You're gonna burn in hell for all eternity. So it's gonna be torture. And I would suggest to you, there's a better way.
Bitch, I like it.
So.
All right, so the conversation has devolved into it's gone sideways. So essentially, in other parts of America, if you don't like what someone is saying, you get to scream at them until they go away. All right, so that's what this lady is saying, which is very interesting. So let me know in the chat if that's what happens in your part of the country. Now, in this next video, a girl wears a MAGA shirt to a doctor's appointment, and a leftist woman can't handle it. Like, she's literally having an allergic reaction to a MAGA shirt. So
bye, honey. Bye. I'm gonna bye. No, you're not. No, you need to stop harassing. I'm at a doctor's appointment. I don't need your harassment. You need to go away.
Sorry. I tried adjusting the video, and yet again it hung. Chrissy is in the chat. Okay. We're getting the band back together, and then we have a christening ceremony. While we wait for the video to load, we have a christening ceremony. 2 nights ago, I renamed Intergalactic Wrangler to Intergalactic Trump, and he leaned into the meme. So today we are recognizing the newly named Intergalactic Trump. Look, that's what we're talking about. Yeah, so while this is loading, okay, guys. Oh, look, Chrissy, you don't have to feel special, okay? All of you are special, all right? We were talking about you behind your back yesterday during the members only live stream. And I said to the guys on the live stream, Chrissy might be tuned in right now, but she's possibly working with both of her hands and she can't chat. So maybe she's doing that or she's really busy. So yeah, we talked behind your back and said very nice things about you, but we missed you and it's great to see you in the chat. Now, Intergalactic Wrangler says in the chat, I don't know why my video is freezing, but hey, the show must go on, all right? And someday we'll be able to afford a really expensive computer that doesn't do this to us in the middle of our show. Let's see, Intergalactic Trump. Okay, the people on the left call it dead naming when you name someone a name that they've moved past. So sorry, I was dead naming you. Okay, I'm sorry for dead naming you and stuff. So we're going to remember that you are now Intergalactic Trump. Okay, so Intergalactic Trump said, "I got dirty looks from my dark MAGA hat and Israel pin." Look. It's fine, okay? It's fine. Whenever you have a conviction that people don't agree with or believe in, I hope I haven't broken it again. Okay, it's still working. It's okay to have dirty looks, especially with people who don't agree with you and they don't want to have a conversation with you. In fact, it's worse when they literally have an allergic reaction like this lady is having at a doctor's appointment. Before we hit play, Chrissy said about not being at the members only live stream yesterday, I was working. Now, if you're watching and you're wondering why I'm so excited in the chat, it's because we have great people here. And if you want to be part of the community, jump into the chat and be part of the conversation. We're live streaming on 2 channels, the main channel and the backup. I keep calling it the backup channel, the live stream channel. So wherever you're chatting from, put your thoughts in there. I'm going to bring you up to let everyone know what you're saying. Okay, so just feel free to go ahead and do that. Okay, and consider subscribing and liking the video. Like the video. Okay, please, everyone on the live stream, please like the video. It helps out a whole lot. It sends out a signal to YouTube to get more people just like you. Yeah, and gardening is mirroring my thoughts as well. We do have a lot of great people here. So please consider jumping into the chat. We want to get to meet you and get to know you. Now let's listen to this because this is weird, okay? Imagine like Intergalactic Wrangler is confirming that whenever he's out and about, publicly stating his support for President Trump or MAGA, people literally have an allergic reaction. It's like, where is this coming from? It is the woke mind virus. Let's have a listen to this.
I'm trying to tell you. You need to not block my door.
I just want you to think about what you're wearing.
Go away. Get off my back.
Like
Leave
it's
me
trying to save your
alone,
life.
freak. Stop. Stop. I'm at a doctor's office. Stop. You don't know. You don't know. You need to stop harassing me. Now you're harassing my mom. You need to stop. I'm sorry.
This is crazy, guys.
I'm very sorry about that. My apologies. You need to stop. I'm at a doctor's appointment. You need to just stop. You need to stop. You need to go. Honey, you need to go. You need to go. Yes, you need to go. You need to go. You're harassing me right now. You're coming back at me. You need to go. No, I'm not going outside because you don't have the time. I want to wait for my appointment. I know. We're going to be right here. No, I don't need a 2-minute discussion with you. It is my right to wear what I want. It is my First Amendment.
Listen, let me just call back to Hunt Police and have them come.
All right. You need to stop. You need to stop. No, you need to stop. You're harassing me.
Oh, man. And that's the shirt she wore, guys. That's the shirt she wore. I like my country how I like my tea, filled with ice. All right. Oh, my goodness. Oh, and Chrissy says, I deal with this every day. Look, it's exhausting to have to walk on eggshells every day. All right? I live in a country that isn't the United States, and I drive down the road and I see flags, F Trump. I'm like, he's not the president of your country. What's going on? The world has gone insane. Okay? Now, yeah, he's not the president of this country, but I like his policies. All right? But I'm sorry, guys, okay, for everyone who's a Republican, who's watching, and who's a MAGA supporter. I'm not going to wear a MAGA shirt anytime soon and walk down the street in this country. I will not. Okay, I will not. Why? Because it's not going to change anything. I might wear one on the live stream, but going down the street in a different country that isn't the United States, wearing a MAGA shirt or hat, knowing that most of the population might want to do you harm, isn't quite smart. Okay, I'm just saying. So I might not do that, but in a country where there's freedom of speech, and here there isn't any where I live, in a country where there's freedom of speech, you should be able to wear whatever you like to support anyone you want. Okay? I haven't seen videos of conservatives attacking people who wear the Obama Hope t-shirt. That never happened. I haven't seen videos of anyone who attacks people who support, or who attacked people who support or supported Kamala Harris during her run for president. Okay, in fact, there's a video on the internet that shows two different crowds. I think I might just play it. Geez. I hope I'm not okay. I'm going to find that video while the next video is playing. I'm going to find that video so it doesn't. Okay, the next video is just a few seconds. So, it's weird. I'm going to find that video. There's a video that made the rounds on the internet where there were several people, or there was one person who wore a Trump MAGA t-shirt and went to a Democrat Congress, a DNC rally, and he was attacked on sight. They saw the shirt and they attacked on sight. Then he turned around, went to an RNC Trump rally wearing a Kamala Harris shirt, and they were welcomed. They were like, the difference is night and day. And if you're wondering, am I on the right side of history? Ask yourself the question, is the side I'm on loving and caring even to people who don't agree with me politically? Do I want to do them harm when I see that they're supporting someone I don't like? Or am I on the side that welcomes them and welcomes good faith conversation. That's what we should be saying, not these guys. Like, this is insane, guys. All right, so let me go to the chat because the chat is bubbling, okay? Chrissy said she deals with this regularly, okay? Look, there are people who literally have to hide the fact that they're Trump supporters to protect their businesses. It's insane. So if you're on the other side and you had people who support President Trump actively trying to destroy your business simply because you voted for Kamala Harris or for Joe Biden, is that the world you want to live in? Chrissy says, sorry, there's a lot coming in, and look, guys, keep the chats coming. I love the energy tonight. Chrissy says, I come home with a headache half the time. Yeah, look, it's crazy. Intergalactic Wrangler says, I love the shirt. Look, guys, I love the shirt. And you know what? Soon we're going to be able to rock our own shirts. Eventually. Okay, the shirts are ready, but I'm not pushing the merch store yet until everything is just right. Yeah, so I love that shirt as well. I wish I had made it, okay, but I didn't. All right, let's see. And Chrissy says, we have houses that have, I'm not a racist, around my neighborhood. I want to egg them on, but I would never. You know, like, it's weird, okay? And let's see. Gardening says, hey, we actually cheered for Biden. Let's go, Brandon. Do you remember when people who chanted that were being prosecuted by the DOJ? The Party of Free Speech were prosecuting people who chanted, let's go, Brandon. Do you remember? Let me know in the chat if you remember. I watched it and I couldn't believe my ears. America, the country of free speech, can't handle people expressing their displeasure in a coded way. But 8647, we watched the video where a court judge said that it was okay for that to be circulated by Democrats and leftists, and everyone knows what that means. But let's go, Brandon. Oh no, everyone has to be prosecuted. Who says it? If you remember when that happened, let's know in the chat. All right, now, and Intergalactic Trump is saying, smash that like button. Okay, so let's jump to the next video. Guys, I'm enjoying this live stream. I hope you are too. Democrat Senator Lisa Blunt Rochester dodges when asked when socialism has ever worked. Let's have a listen.
Has socialism ever worked?
Oops.
Where has socialism ever worked, Senator?
Is that another question, or is that for the next interview?
That's definitely for you. You said fish doesn't work everywhere. I just want to know one place where socialism has been beneficial.
Well, when you have me come back on, we can talk about all the races across the country.
Okay. So where has socialism?
It's a very simple question. It's an objective question, but you know what? Democrats know what's going on. The Democrat Party is being there's an insurgency in the Democrat Party. Last night, all the candidates that were supported or endorsed by Zoran Mamdani won their primaries, even against incumbents. The Democrat Party has been overrun by incumbents. And then this is a press conference that held last night. Okay, and this was from the Republican side.
I first want to express my condolences to Hakeem Jeffries for the devastating defeat that the voters of New York imposed upon him last night in his own backyard in Democrat primaries. You could call it the Bolshevik Revolution of 2026, but the Mamdani takeover of the Democrat Party is official now. We've been talking about it for months, this move to the Marxist socialist left by the Democrat Party. They've become an unrecognizable party. You cannot recognize who the Democrats are anymore. This is surely not your father or grandfather's Democrat Party. They've fully embraced socialism. You look at some of the things that they talk about. It's, you know, they want to defund the police. They want to basically just get rid of the free market capitalist system that we have. I first want to express my
So, you know, last year when Zoran was running, you know, we called it, and people said, "Oh no, New York needs it, the world needs it." And now what we said would happen is happening. We're seeing that the Democrat Party has been overrun by socialists, by Antifa, by Islamists, and by illegal aliens, because they allow illegal aliens to vote in their elections. That's the only way they can win. Now, President Trump was asked yesterday about this, and here's what or was it today? What was the timestamp here? I think this was today. So he was asked about this today, and here's what he had to say about it.
Great night for Democratic Socialist candidates last night. In the New York primaries, they swept and knocked out 2 incumbents.
Yeah.
You're from New York. Why do you think it is that now the endorsement of Zohran Mamdani means more than the endorsement of Hakeem Jeffries?
Well, they're going radical left. They're going really, you know, you talk about the Democrat socialists. It's really communist. These people. I watched that woman last night. That's not a socialist. I know socialists. That woman is a communist. And you know what they don't say is that I was 16-0 last night, but mine were a little more boring, a little more mainstream. They were Republican conservatives, but we were 16-0. And if you look over the last 2.5 years, we're about 347 and just about 0. That's pretty good. But nobody writes that. But he picked 3. They won. They beat a guy named Dan Goldman, who's, you know, a loser. He was one of my prosecutors, one of my many prosecutors that they used on me. Dan Goldman, not a good prosecutor, fortunately, but he's now looking for a job. I was very surprised to see, you know, because he's a pretty liberal guy. When they go more liberal than Dan Goldman, they're really into Never Never Land.
Yeah, so that was said. Now, there's a lot of anti-Jewish sentiment brewing right now in New York. We've covered this before, and it's still going on. Okay, so they have essentially rallied around cries of the Jews are essentially responsible for all the problems in New York City. Where have we heard that before? Where have we heard someone, a party's rallying cry being the fact that Jews were the reason why bad things were happening in their country? All right. Where and when? Well, let's listen to this report.
And the Mamdani effect, from what I've seen and what I've been following him and talking to voters here, I'll just end on this, is that they talk about affordability, right? They top their messaging with affordability. They say they're for the working class. Then they tie in AIPAC. They want to abolish ICE, and then they end it on affordability. So people remember that sticking point. But yesterday I was talking to people that were in line for a food bank, had no money, and they were talking to me, too, about AIPAC. So something's going on. Something's changed here in New York City, you guys.
They're hungry, but they want to focus on a super PAC that's a lobbying group. Thanks, Alexis. Well, that's the connection, though, because and that's why you got to speak with more clarity. The Jews, in their view, is responsible for all of this. They believe that the United States is taking the money that could go to the people and donating to Israel, which is just nonsense. I mean,
so this is the party right now that is attacking Jews. And something happened yesterday. Pro-Israel and Jewish protesters are clashing with each other outside the New York City coffee shop where Representative Goldman was banned. So here's that report. Let me get that in frame.
Israel protesters over the coffee shop Poetica attacking New York Democratic Congressman Dan Goldman over his support of Israel. The group End Jew Hatred is calling for a boycott of the coffee shop chain, slamming its alleged discriminatory actions based on Goldman's support of the Jewish state. On Sunday, Goldman stopped in with his 7-year-old daughter to buy a cup of coffee, but the shop then later refunded the money, posting that it does not serve, quote, genocide enablers, racists, or fascists.
I mean, it's ridiculous. You know how many times I see all different religions come shop in a kosher supermarket? Nobody's throwing them out. We're not telling them to leave or refund them. This is America. You can't do that. It's ridiculous what's going on over here. That's how it started in Nazi Germany.
She said it, not me. She said it.
Should learn a lesson. I think they should apologize to the Jewish community, and I think they should have a day of welcoming every Jew in here and serve them coffee for free.
Well, the Department of Justice is investigating this coffee shop, and now there's been a complaint filed with the New York City Commission on Human Rights against this coffee shop, saying it discriminates against Jewish people. Let me read you that from Lawfare. It says in part, quote, Jewish New Yorkers fear that they will be refused service or required to disavow Israel if they patronize Poetica while identifiable as Jewish. For example, or wearing a kippah or a Star of David, or after being overheard expressing support for Israel. No New Yorker should have to pass an Israel loyalty test to buy a cup of coffee. We have asked Poetica, the company, for comment about this controversy, but so far they have not gotten back to us. As for Dan Goldman, well, last night he lost his primary race to Brad Lander, in part because of his support of Israel.
So that is New York City. That is New York City. And for everyone who's screaming at AIPAC, which, look, is a lobby group, and I'm not going into that, but did AIPAC sponsor the attack on America during 9/11, flying jets into the World Trade Center? All right, did they? Did they sponsor the attack that happened on January 7th? Did they? Like, these are questions that they need to answer, but you know what? They're not going to answer those questions. All right. So let's jump into, let's read the chat real quick. Okay, guys, I love talking to you guys in the chat. You know it. Okay. I'm addicted to the chat. So keep the chats coming. Okay. Chrissy says, my dad has Alzheimer's and I saw signs immediately when he ran. Okay, that's when Biden ran. It made me sick. My mom, okay, my mom was dealing with that. All right, she lived in the States and had to be flown back to Nigeria. I picked her up at the airport. I saw those signs. And when I looked on the TV and I saw Joe Biden being rolled out every single day and acting the way he acted, I was like, this guy isn't all there. And when you point it out, they say you need to go educate yourself. The doctors gave him a clean bill of health. You had the likes of Jake Tapper or Fake Tapper saying that he's sharp as a tack. We all heard that, didn't we? And those of us who have experience of this, Chrissy, we saw it. We called it out, but they called us. They even came up with a new slur, ableist. I think that's what they called it, ableist, that you're ableist if you discriminate against people who are struggling with a health problem. Chrissy says they have signs because they are anti-Trump saying he's a racist. And then now we leave them alone to have their opinion. None of us, like yesterday, we saw that video of that girl who ripped someone's sign and got out and essentially was taken to court for that. We see them do this. We don't walk up their lawn and kick their signs or rip down their flags, do we? Do we do that? But they do. There's something clearly wrong with that group. Something clearly wrong. Gardening says, I wish the young people cheering for communism would get to experience it for a few weeks. They are so spoiled on being able to get what they want. They don't know what they are cheering for. They've been told that, things are going to get better. It's going to get better than this. Every time communism has been applied, the people always lost out. It didn't get better. It always got worse. That is a historical fact. And that is why they don't teach history anymore. They say it's a sign of the patriarchy. History right now is a sign of the patriarchy. Intergalactic Trump. Look, I'm so proud. Look, I feel like I just gave birth to a child, okay? Because I said, hey, change that name to Intergalactic Trump, and he did, okay? It's like, I feel so proud, okay? Intergalactic Trump says, Jew coffee is great. Well, your experience, I've never tasted Jew coffee, but I'll take your word for it. And then Gardening says, today, one of the Democrats was saying Trump might be taking terminal illness medications, so he canceled the housing bill. I don't understand these guys. I don't. So the Democrat Party is a party of hoaxes. They are the party of hoaxes, and anyone who votes for the Democrat Party essentially is essentially backing hoaxes, in my opinion. Now, let's take a look. Let's see how the reflecting pool is doing. Let's see how things are going over there. So, pro-America patriots just showed up to cancel out the pro-algae. Okay, algae, because people who are just listening, team algae. Okay, it's official. All right, I hereby declare that it's no longer algae, okay? So since you guys have given me the power to rename things, okay, it's now algae. All right? Thank you. All right, so they showed up to cancel out the pro-algae leftist protesters at the reflecting pool. Let's watch this short video.
Red, white, and algae green. Red, white, and algae green.
That American flag is huge.
We got algae. Yeah, we got algae. Yeah, we got what? We got algae. Yeah, we got algae. Yeah, we got what? That's all they can do. Laughing like a loser. Oh, let me see President Kamala what she can do for this country, right? Woo! Oh my God. It's like an upside down world. You know, your father and grandparents fought for this country.
All right, there's music coming up. So there's a counter protest happening at the pool. And you know what? I support it. I think that, within the bounds of the law, we should begin to use some of their own tools against them. And protesting is one of those tools that they keep using because of the optics. They want to use the optics to kind of show that, hey, there's so much support for this. Why aren't you supporting it? If you're not supporting it, there's something wrong with you. You're on the wrong side of history. Look, everybody wants it. And then they have a crowd of 12 people screaming pro-algae chants, and that's proof that everybody wants algae in their pools, I guess. Well, more proof just came in, and the congressman who claimed that President Trump is on terminal meds, Congressman Liu, I watched an interview where he claimed that there was no evidence that people were vandalizing the pool, that there's surveillance and there's no video, and the Trump administration is lying, and President Trump failed at setting up the pool properly, and he's blaming it on vandals. Well, here's proof that this is we've seen the videos, we've seen all of it. I don't need to prove anything to you, but here's an extra report on that story.
But the left, party poopers, and Primetime's got the tapes. The Department of Interior gave us a look at individuals suspected of vandalizing the reflecting pool. Now, we haven't been able to verify the video, but take a look. June 19th, a male, blue shirt, reaches in, stays there for a little while. He goes back down, comes back up multiple times. What's he doing? Then a female, white tote bag. She reaches in, needs a better angle, sets the bag down, dives in a little deeper. And we don't know who these people are. No one was stopped or questioned by police, so no arrests. And we don't have the police report yet. But what are they doing with their hands in the pool? Are they cutting the lining? Are they peeling off the paint? Now, we don't know if they're committing a crime. They'll probably tell you they dropped their wedding ring. The Department of Interior says this, quote, in the video, you're seeing two suspects observed destroying and removing a piece of the lining and attempting destruction of the lining. This incident took place on June 19, 2026, and we are investigating. Destroying, injuring, defacing, or removing cultural or architectural resources is a federal crime.
Now, that was the report coming from the Department of Interior. So they've confirmed that that's what's happening. But you know what? You guys, we are brainwashed Trump supporters. So we don't know what those people were doing. We can't believe what the Trump administration is saying because they're liars. They lie all the time, even though we can see the videos. All right. Now, in another twist, okay, the DOJ is announcing charges against 455 defendants across 45 states for healthcare fraud schemes. You know, the fraud that they told us wasn't happening, that the Trump administration was making up. Okay, that fraud. Okay, so essentially the Trump administration spawned 455 defendants across the country and is making it up. Let's have a listen.
It's the beginning. Fraudsters can no longer rip off American taxpayers. If you seek to harm or cheat Americans, we will find you, seize any assets, and prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. Thank you very much. I'm going to turn it over now to Secretary Kennedy. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney General Blanche, and thank you to the White House Fraud Task Force, to Colin McDonald of the Justice Department, to Director Kash Patel of the FBI, to the HHS Office of Inspector General, to Dr. Oz and the CMS team, and the investigators and law enforcement officers who brought these cases forward. President Trump directed this administration to confront healthcare fraud aggressively, and we are doing that. The 2026 National Healthcare Fraud Takedown uncovered $6.5 billion in alleged fraud, the second largest amount ever charged in a single healthcare fraud operation. The Department of Justice charged a record number of Medicaid fraud defendants. More than 440 defendants now face charges. This effort brought together federal agencies, state partners, and U.S. territories across the United States. 18 of the participating states, as Attorney General Blanche pointed out, were blue states.
So blue cities and states claim that there was no fraud. And then over $6 billion has been discovered so far. Gavin Newsom said he had fraud under control. And then the federal government stepped in and uncovered way more fraud than he had uncovered in a few years. They found it in just a couple of weeks. Okay, so that's going on. There's prosecutions going on, and that's good news. Sometimes we look at the big news, the mushroom clouds happening all over the world and all over the country, and then we're like, oh, we missed these little details, because I keep hearing the Trump administration isn't doing anything. They're not getting anything done. Meanwhile, we have all of these reports coming in, recording all of these wins, but because it's not flashy or sexy, it gets swept under the rug, and then it gives the liars in mainstream media more ammunition to keep lying when the proof isn't being broadcast. So guys, to help us broadcast the truth, please consider liking the video. And if you're new here and you like the flow of the content, please consider subscribing. And if you're feeling extra generous and you want to take the extra risk, because it's risky to do this, please share the video with your network. Sometimes you get a thank you back. Other times you get a lengthy phone call from somebody who thinks that they want to protect you from yourself, and they try to persuade you that you're on the wrong side of history. So it's a risk to do that, but if you're feeling extra generous to do that, please consider doing that as well. Now, most of us here love body cam footage. So I decided that I was going to begin to sprinkle some body cam footage for your entertainment during our live streams. And let me know your reaction to this. Do you want me to keep it all political, all street confrontations, or do you want me to add some of these extra things that could actually spice up the conversation? I see that the conversation gets really spicy when we go for these real life incidents that we watched earlier, and then when we get to the news, it's like, our eyes begin to glaze over. So I want to mix it up so that while we're getting entertained and watching all these other things, we're getting some hard facts and news of what's going on. In case someone stops you and says, "I see your dark MAGA hat. Okay, Trump is corrupt," and then you're like, "Hang on, let me raise you a $6.3 billion fraud in these blue cities," and then you begin to get the facts. One more thing that I'm going to be doing for every show is I'm going to be giving you all the links to all the videos that we cover during the live streams. Those links will be posted in the community notes of both channels. So if you're watching and you're like, "Okay, I want these videos so I can actually use them to send to people that are saying these things, and I can use them as proof," I'm going to make these videos available to you in the community notes. It's extra work for me, but you know what? I aim to please. So I'm going to be giving you these links after every live stream. They're going to be in the community notes, okay? Now, body cam footage shows New Jersey Councilman Theodore Holloway being very polite and cursing and yelling at a cop after he was pulled over for running a stop sign.
Oh man, what's going on? Why are you acting this way?
You can't be serious. And what did you pull me for?
Why are you acting that? I
want to know, what exactly are you getting behind me
for?
Stop
sign. You didn't stop at a stop sign.
I did stop as much as I can stop.
You didn't stop at all. You rolled through that joint.
Are you serious, cuz?
I am serious.
Do whatever you got to do. What do you need?
I got you. Just let me see your license, man.
God, Jesus Christ. What do you need? Don't think I ain't going to talk to Gary about this.
What's that got to do anything?
It's got a lot to do with it. Bro, I'm going home. You know me.
I got you.
You act like I'm running around here with my gun toted, weed smoking. Son, I'm the one that hired you. I'm bringing you on. Are you crazy? Yes, absolutely. On your.
This is the general attitude I see with a lot of politicians. Does it happen with right-wing politicians? I think it does. But we don't see much of it because the left tends to be more brazen about stuff like this.
Your camera, I put you on. Mm-hmm. Come on, man.
You got the registration insurance on you, man?
Jesus. Oh, made my whole
So as far as he's concerned, because he's a leader in the city, he can do whatever he likes. He can run stop signs. He can do whatever he likes, and the police shouldn't stop him.
Why are you acting like this, man? I'm
trying to go home, bro.
I got you. I
live right there, bro. Like you actually pulling over an elected official. Bro, you're not pulling over a random. You're pulling over your boss. I am literally your boss. Like.
A police officer arrives on the scene.
He rolls through it. I turned my lights off. Right? He's freaking out. Why are you pulling me here? He started yelling at out the window. Yeah. Pull over right here. I said, "Don't pull over." He gets out. Obviously, he's not happy. He's upset. I'm an elected official. I hired you. Keely's all here about this. This is a alleged offense. I didn't roll. Stuff like that. His registration is July 11th.
No,
sir.
Yeah, what's going on, man? I'm talking to the chief right now. This guy is crazy.
What's going on?
You know who I am, right?
What's that?
You do not know who I am either?
I know you are, sir.
Oh, all right.
I know you are.
Exactly. Anyway, chief, please talk with them. Tell them that when you get behind elected officials, tell them, "Oh, my bad. Hey, you should stop at the stop sign. See you go about your business. Not here, dude. I need your license, registration, insurance. Why you treat me like I'm some mother?"
All right, listen, man. You received just one citation, all right? I cut you a break on a stop sign, or your registration's expired since July of last year, all right? There's nothing I can do with that, all right? So it's just one citation. It's not court mandatory. But if you'd like to show up in court and plead not guilty, I circle the court number on the top right for you. Provide them more information. They'll give you a court date to show up in court. Otherwise, drive safe. Take care.
That is how to do the job. Look, kudos to that police officer. He wasn't intimidated. He didn't cave. He did his job. Back in Nigeria, politicians have that sense of entitlement. Speaking of entitlement, let's see. Gardening says, LOL, these people are absolutely crazy talking about the people at the reflecting pool. But does it also work with this footage? Intergalactic Trump says, that's what you call entitlement. He thinks he's above the law. That's exactly what they think. They think that they have to win every election. And if they don't win the election, they believe that there's something wrong with the system. Like Jamel Hill over here, who's on the CNN panel, and she says that abolishing the Electoral College would make your vote count. You don't believe me? Have a listen.
All bit of history knows the Electoral College is rooted in slavery. That was the entire reason that it was invented, essentially. Jeez. And we should have gotten from up under it a long time ago. And not just because you have two women quite capable who lose the election. So I don't have a problem with her argument. I think it's probably correct. And I think most people in this country, you want to, a big reason there's a lot of apathy is because a lot of people feel like their vote doesn't matter. And the reason they feel that way is because they look at things like, okay, let me get this straight. We can all agree and all, from a popular vote standpoint, vote for a candidate and that candidate still lose. And that the math doesn't math for them. So it's like, why are we clinging to the system?
The math doesn't math because you have Marxist, leftist educators, if you want to call them that, or brainwashing agents who don't teach history, who don't teach the Constitution because they don't believe in the Constitution. A lot of kids are not educated about how the United States works, how the Electoral College works, and why it is vital for elections to work that way. I'm not an American citizen, and I get it, because democracy should not be mob rule. It shouldn't be the person who can count the highest gets to win. There has to be checks and balances to ensure that smaller states don't get overruled by larger states. What she's advocating for is that states like California that have lots and lots of people get to overrule states that are smaller, like I don't know. Is California bigger than Ohio? I think Ohio. And a state like Ohio that might want a certain candidate would always be overruled because they don't have enough people living in those states. That's what she's advocating for. So she's screaming fairness. She's screaming, oh, the Electoral College is disenfranchising voters who vote more in one part of the country than other parts of the country. And what she is inadvertently campaigning for or advocating for is, if we are bigger than you, we get to bully you. And states don't automatically get larger in a generation. So you have a situation where certain states that have a larger population continue to push their weight around because the other states will never catch up to them in size. Because if birth rates continue at the same rate, big states will remain bigger than the smaller states. That's how it runs. And I believe she knows it. I believe she knows it. I don't assume she's ignorant or stupid. These people know it. And they just push the same, lies over and over again.
If anybody should hate the Electoral College, it should be Hillary Clinton.
Yeah,
right?
I understand why she does.
She won the popular. No, she won the popular vote by
this is not right.
No, but
this is not a new argument.
She's got the self-awareness. She's got the self-awareness to laugh at the fact that she hates it because she won the popular vote by 3 million and she lost the electoral vote. So I think I actually like that side of Hillary where she's self-deprecating and she's laughing at the circumstances. Mm-hmm. The bottom line is changing the electoral college is something that we talk about all the time. It's archaic. It may not make no sense. It's rooted in slavery. All those things are true. But in practicality, getting rid of it, it's in the Constitution.
How is it rooted in slavery? How is it rooted in slavery? Guys, you're watching. Is it true that the Electoral College is rooted in slavery? Every explanation that I've heard about why it matters makes sense to me. All right. So these people need to go get an education on the Constitution, on how elections work. Look, the problem with these people is that when they lose elections, they whine and they pout and they complain like these women do. All right. When Biden won the Electoral College, they had no problem with the Electoral College. Okay? When Obama won the Electoral College, oh no, it's perfect. The elections of America is fantastic. And then when they lose, there's everything wrong with everything. They're like little children that can't make up their minds about what they want.
Require a constitutional amendment. So to that is an incredibly high bar. And in this political environment,
not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Can I just really?
All right. Guys, I borrowed this from this creator, but I don't want to play the whole video. Now, there's this brain rot, and it is a brain rot. Okay, there's a brain rot among people who essentially lean hard left, and we're going to talk about it because this liberal that we're about to watch reveals the real reason they hate Trump, Trump's reflecting pool makeover, and we're going to listen to them. But before that, Gardening says to everyone, hello to everyone who are listening in on the Crossroads main channel, Crossroads IRL, and the Crossroads live page. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and feel free to leave a comment. Thank you for joining us tonight. You know what? I almost said thank you for your attention to this matter. I almost signed it off the way DJ T does his Truth Social post. So let's watch this video and let me know your thoughts in the chat.
Expression of the reflecting.
It's hideous. It's criminal. You know,
really,
the hubris, the arrogance behind this failed project is just horrendous.
Could you elaborate on that? What's the hubris?
$17 million of my tax dollars are in it. Yeah, it's awful. It's going to take a long time to recover.
I think the initial, what he was trying to do was paint the bottom, to repaint it.
Yeah, we know what he was trying to do.
And then to clean it. So what went wrong?
It was a vanity project, a $17 million vanity project, like so much else of what he's done to monumental Washington.
I wish he would be asked what he thought when Obama spent $34 million to do practically the same thing.
But maybe for somebody on the other side, like, what is wrong with trying to clean the pool or repaint it?
Nothing. And administrations over the decades have all tried to do it, but it hasn't been a vanity project for.
Oh. So Obama doing it doesn't make it a vanity project. But once Trump does it, it's a vanity project. Look, I said that the brain rot it runs so deep. It is laughable. It is hilarious, but it is also sad. Gardening says, man, I should have said that. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Look, I think we're going to start signing off. Look, since we're creating stuff like creating new names and creating new pronunciations of things, I think it's good to add that in your sign-off, okay? So I'm all for it.
For an individual, it's been a restoration or the maintenance of a piece of public property, not the vehicle for the expression of his personal arrogance and narcissism.
How do you know it was because of his arrogance or narcissism, though?
I lived with him for 3.5 years.
You live with Trump?
I live in this town.
Oh, okay.
He's in my town.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't see any algae. I heard
he's in my town. Huh.
Reports that there was algae floating around the top of it.
Keep walking.
Keep walking.
Is there a piece of algae over there?
See where the pumping stations are?
Yes.
The pumps are pumping it out right now.
Oh, so they're cleaning out the algae.
Yeah, they're using hoses, vacuum-type hoses, to suck it out, and it's running into a city drain somewhere.
So when Obama did it, and a few days later, the reflecting pool he spent 34 million over 2 years to fix, over 2 years, mind you, to fix, overflowed and was teeming with algae. It was fine. It was fine. You were fine with your taxpayer dollars being wasted that way because it was a Democrat who did it. But now that you have a Republican, President Trump, that everyone in the world has been commanded by the mainstream media to hate, it's a vanity project.
An algae bloom in the reflecting pool every hot summer.
Right, it's kind of normal.
Nothing new about that. But that's not what this project is all about. This project is about him.
Could you qualify just that statement? Because cleaning the pool, there's nothing wrong with it. Repainting it, there's nothing wrong with it.
That's what we pay for. I pay my federal and my DC taxes to maintain spots like that, and I obviously don't have a problem with that. But when it becomes the vanity project of an egomaniac.
If he cleans it up, gets the algae out, the paint is redone.
Will my view of him change? Absolutely not.
Okay, so even if he does the right thing, it's still that he's arrogant?
He's an abomination.
Guys, this is a brain rot. This is a brain rot. It's a brain rot. Have you ever heard me call any politician that? Anyone, even though I don't like them very much or don't agree with them at all, you don't call people that unless there's a deep-seated religion involved in hating that thing or that person. For example, in religion, we believe that a certain sexual practice, according to the Bible, is called an abomination. All right? It's tied to a conviction. Before you begin to call someone that, it is a religion. So these people who espouse leftist leanings and leftist policies essentially are following a religion. It's crazy, guys. It is so crazy. Gardening says he's complaining about Trump fixing things, but he's there enjoying it. Pictures of the reflecting pool have been circulating, the repairs and everything. For the first time in years, you can literally see the bottom of the pool and it doesn't smell like a sewer. But you know what? It's bad because Trump is doing it. Isn't that the exact definition of a mental problem? Isn't that a definition of a deep spiritual breakage in people, where they can look at a situation and they can't divorce their interpretation beyond the person who is involved? Okay, guys, let me know in the chat. We are 2 minutes to the hour, and I want to take a vote. Now, Chrissy hasn't been chatting. I know it's late, guys. I know it's late. Okay, I know it's late. And we've been debating whether we should make the show earlier so that we can actually, cover more. All right. So far, now I'll tell you how much. Like we are only at 50% of the stories that I've lined up. All right. So I have a question for you guys. Do you want to do one more body cam story before we call it a night? Okay, so something interesting to end the night with, to put a smile on your face. All right, or do you want to call it a night right now? Okay, I want to have your opinions in the chat. It's your last chance to say what you want before if I don't see any response. And I know that there's a lag. So I'm going to give you guys a chance because I'm going to say this and then I'm going to give you my spiel to join the channel. So please, after you hear this, put your thoughts in the chat of whether you want to see one final body cam footage, or gardening just reminded me of something. This is show number 200. I completely forgot. This is CrossCast 200. Okay, CrossCast is the name of the live stream show, and this is the 200th episode of CrossCast. So you get to 200 very quickly if you live stream every other day of the week. We live stream Sundays to Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern. And sometime last year, we were doing it every single day, and it's added up. We are at the 200th episode. And so Thank you all so much for your support. 200. It's a good number. If anyone told me, now I'll be honest with you, okay? 200 is a conservative number because I have live streamed way more times than that. But we essentially decided that we're going to look at the current expression of the live stream, and it tracks that it's 200 episodes of this expression of the live stream. So thank you so much, Gardening, for reminding me of that. So since it is a 200th episode, let's do something special. One more body cam footage, as we call it, a night. Okay, so that's Gardening. And if anyone else, like, it's like going to court. All right, it's like going to court. If you don't show up to have the hearing, you get a default judgment. Okay, so I'm gonna just do the spiel. Okay, this is the 200th episode, and the spiel is this. Okay, while you're telling us in the chat if you want us to have one more body cam video. Okay, tonight I have two. If you like the content, if you like the commentary, if you like the engagement in the chat, if you like the community, because we're from all over the world. We have Tony, who lives in Australia. I live in Canada. Gardening lives in Texas. Chrissy, New Hampshire. And Intergalactic Wrangler, I think Ohio. I keep forgetting where you're from, or where you're chatting from. Like, we're from all over. And it's wonderful to be able to connect and agree on the same thing. So if you want to be a part of the community, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the reminder button. Intergalactic Trump is from Pennsylvania, okay? From Pennsylvania, John Fetterman's state. All right. Fetterman has been behaving himself, so we give him good press here. So if you're watching and you want to be a part of the community, look, we welcome you and we consider you family once you begin to chat and begin to exchange ideas. We don't have to agree on every single thing. Contrary to popular accusations, people who support Trump or MAGA aren't in a cult. We call out MAGA regularly. We call out the GOP regularly when they do things we don't like. But you know what? We want you to leave our kids alone. We want you to leave girls' bathrooms and girls' sports alone. We want you to essentially keep doing the things that made America great and not trying to turn it into the third world. Don't import the third world. Don't turn it into the third world. All right. So anyone who does that is fine with us. Okay. So essentially, that is what we really want. And let's play this footage, and then we will jump.
On May 10, 2024, an officer pulled over a vehicle for failing to stop at several traffic signals flashing red.
Keep the windows rolled down for me, please. Howdy, y'all. My name's Detective Roland, Tallahassee Police Department. The reason I pulled you over today is you have to stop when a light is out. At every light. I watched you blow through like 4 or 5 before I got behind you, okay?
So, a routine traffic stop, but one of the passengers was wanted for trashing a McDonald's. So that's what this is about. Let's keep watching.
I'm not writing you a ticket today, but I can please see your license, registration, and proof of insurance. Do you have the driver's license number? Okay. What is your last name? Do you have any kind of photo ID on you? Okay. Is that your mom?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We're going to have to wait just 1 minute before I can talk to mom, okay? Give me 1 minute, okay? 7:43 me on 2.
You're welcome to get out. Just give me a just stand behind our vehicle if you want to, okay?
Do you have David pulled up? Yes, sir. Can you pull it up so I can get her DL?
Do you have a first name?
Yeah, Tatyona.
Tatiana?
Yeah. There we go. 2 N's, I guess. 99 times 3.
Oh, fantastic.
One of the world's is for an incident on A4. The driver's friend was fired from McDonald's, so she went there and tried to find the manager. The manager could not engage, so she destroyed several pieces. Sorry, hold on.
Do me a favor. I need you to step out of the car and talk to me back here because you don't have your license, okay? Just take a second.
What we need to talk about, sir?
All right, look, here's the deal. I want to do this in front of the kids. You've got warrants out for your arrest. You want to go into jail today.
Don't touch me, bro. Don't touch me. I'm gonna comply, but don't. All right, cool. That's cool enough.
We'll give you a chance, Tatiana. Come on.
All right. For real, don't touch me.
Hey,
bro.
no, you're good. At some point, we're going to have to because you're going to have to get handcuffed. But you got to come on out, okay?
Okay, they said she got a one-off for arrest. And
Tatiana, step out of the car.
she want to know what's the warrant for.
That's fine. We'll tell her explain to that in just a moment, but you got to get out of the car.
But you're not finna put me in no cup.
Tatiana, but you do have to get out.
Crazy.
I don't want to pull you out. I don't want to do any of that. But I need you to exit. No, I don't want to do that.
You wait till her mama
Well, let my
No.
daddy don't come up.
Okay.
I have no problem explaining to that, but I do need y'all to step. I need you to step out.
With the police officer, that's all.
Tatiana, you need to step out, or you're going to catch another charge. Okay? But she's got to come out of the car first. We're not. I don't want to have this discussion. Yep.
She's not
I do.
cooperating.
I can absolutely do that, but you're going to be detained first.
She's got warrants.
Yep. Come on in.
Bro, don't touch, bro. Come on,
up.
chill out, bro.
You need to come out.
All right, okay.
Just ask in a second.
We're fighting. Hey, come out.
I'm not doing nothing, bro.
This is funny.
Let me see your hands. Put your hands on. Put your hands up.
They got out the car. Y'all got me so
Hands up.
I gave you the opportunity. You didn't want to come out.
y'all got me so right now. On my grandma, y'all got me so right now because
I told you I did not want to do that in front of the kids.
20 minutes later, and 10,578,292. Please step out. She winds up on the floor looking at the bottom of her car. All right. She could have just done it quietly with dignity, but no, she had to be all, don't touch me, Behavior like this is what creates those scenarios where black people tell their kids, "Oh, the police is out to get you," okay? And you have to make sure you tell them who you are. And then it creates this nonsense.
Talk to a bitch ass.
Okay.
And then she's this is just
All right.
stupid.
Go ahead and roll towards me.
All three of y'all big ass motherfuckers. Y'all some big ass motherfuckers. What y'all pulling me out the car like that for?
Because
All right,
Nigga, y'all big as it only took one.
Come on over here.
They asked you nicely.
Let me put my
Just
damn
ask
shoes.
one
Let
thing,
me put my shoes on. Damn it.
Come back to the back of this car.
This.
Come on now. I
Okay,
didn't want to
big
do that
ass.
in front of all the kids.
Okay, with your big ass. It only took one. Well, why took three?
We gave the opportunity to step out and you didn't want to come out.
And you ain't want to talk either. You gonna tell me why you trying to detain me?
I told you, you have warrants out for your arrest.
I shouldn't.
Now that you're in cuffs, I can tell you have warrants out for possession of marijuana,
What?
disorderly conduct.
I don't. All that was dissolved. All that was good. And I ain't smoking mud. Oh my, you lying.
Okay.
You lying.
Okay. Anything else on you need to know about? Poke me, stick me, hurt me? You want to switch sides? Yeah. Anything else on you?
Yo, stop
Okay.
talking to me.
Go ahead and put it in the car.
What you talking about? Stop talking to me.
All units stand by for a general announcement. All units be advised southeast and southwest will be passing for the remainder. Southeast and southwest will
I'll
be
copy
passing
them.
for the remainder.
Can you stay with these two bills real quick?
Yeah.
Those came out of our pocket. Right on.
Guys, coming from Nigeria and watching these body cam videos, okay, you have no clue what it's like to be policed in a third world country. If you look the police officer the wrong way and they just had a bad day, all right, they would start wailing on you. All right, so so when I hear these people say, "Oh, want to go to Africa?" Oh my goodness, be my guest. And now the kids.
Hey y'all. Okay, now I will be willing to talk to you. It's okay.
Nah, cause I don't want to talk, fam. You just look like you was gonna shoot me. You feel what I'm saying?
No, because we're
hear
in your side of
hear
here.
that, bro. That's my sister, bro. That's
Okay.
female. I don't care, bro.
Well, I gave her the opportunity to step out.
Everybody raised different, bro. Everybody raised different. Y'all.
And I gave her the opportunity. I gave her the opportunity to not do this in front of kids. Okay, you're free to go. Have a good one.
Like this is the insanity of the so-called black culture, and I want to say I disavow black culture since it's my show. I get to disavow black culture. So I declare that black culture, according to rap music, according to Hollywood, mainstream media, is hereby cancelled. Yeah, I get to say so. There's a way civilized culture behaves. There's a way civilized culture behaves. People don't behave like this in civilized culture. They're about to give you, the lay of the land as to why your sister was pulled over and why she was detained, and you don't want to hear it. And what will he do? Oh, it's racism. A bunch of white cops came and dragged her out of the car, even after they politely asked her for minutes on end to please step out of the vehicle. She refused and resisted. And even while they were pulling her out of the car, she made it worse.
Your big ass. Your wife know you doing girls, females like this? Big ass motherfucker. Too big to be doing all that.
78636, repeating 786.
Then you got hit on the face. Did I really? Where? Oh, no, that was from earlier. Oh, that was fun. Okay. Yeah, I've been taking.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's ibuprofen 800 and 200 right there. Okay.
Hate y'all motherfucker.
No.
If you start that, I'm gonna tie your feet. You better knock it off.
You, I hate y'all motherfucker. You.
I'll tell you what, I don't need her anymore. Can we just get her off the LCJ?
Yeah.
Another Carmelo Anthony grandma in the making.
I'll follow you. Yeah. We'll start cleaning this mess up. Excuse me.
Let's go.
This is what it is. I'm going to be transporting the 1015.
Can you copy a starting mileage?
I see all y'all in court. I need all y'all names. My mama don't get up there, make sure I get your name. I want your name and the mother fat ass bitches. I want all their names.
Oh, jeez.
It only took one of y'all to get me out the car. One, not three. I hope y'all cam badges, and I hope y'all cam badges was on. I hope all them cameras was on.
Oh wait, hold on. This one might be Oxy.
What's that?
This one might be Oxy because look, it's IP 204. Yeah, it's showing it.
Is it Oxy?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, it came right out of her right pocket.
Y'all couldn't even tell me what I was getting out the car for. We don't trust y'all. Y'all killers. We don't trust y'all.
Okay. All right, sounds good. I'll do that once I get it.
Supposed to protect and serve. Y'all don't protect shit but your ass and each other.
It's this kind of attitude that creates those tragic moments where police make a stop and the people who essentially should simply cooperate with law enforcement, even if you have something incriminating, okay, don't escalate the situation by resisting and fighting, but they do. Why? Because they have the worldview that the police is dangerous and kills black people.
No.
Hey, ma'am.
Hi.
Look, I'm sorry that all had to happen, but I told her I did not want to do that in front of the kids.
Yeah.
She had warrants out for arrest. She has to go to jail.
Okay.
That's the bottom line, okay?
Okay.
I gave her plenty of opportunity to step out. She didn't want to. It's dangerous for anybody to be arguing while she's in control of that car.
Cause you got a gun on you. You got a taser. A baton. All that make you tough, huh? That make you so tough.
Jeez.
You can take all that off. You feel like you got down, you capped the save them up because you got all that shit on? Take it off. Go in the hood and take it off.
You honestly can't live in a society with people who have this attitude. Okay, you're definitely unruly. You know you're unruly. You know you've committed crimes. You know you're in possession of drugs that are regulated. You know that because basically they stopped them. Okay, because they didn't make a complete stop at a stop sign. They broke the law. They broke traffic law. Okay, they were pulled over for that. But of course, they run your plates and your ID, and a warrant pops up. And then you begin to do this and say, like, you can't live in a society with people who are not aware that there is a social contract of how people are meant to function in a society. They want to live by their own rules and expect every one of us to abide by them.
Dirty cops. Dirty cops. Dirty, dirty.
She was charged.
Dirty.
Okay, so she was charged with resisting without violence and possession of legend drug without prescription.
Dirty,
like I said,
dirty.
regulated.
Now one of y'all better not say shit to me when I get in that bitch either. Now one of y'all.
Okay, so that was our 200th episode bonus. Let's see. Gardening said to you guys, okay, if you don't like the fact that she was the one who picked the extra video, you can take it up with her on the Discord. So we have a Discord server. The link to the Discord server is in the description of this live stream. So please join the Discord server. We have a growing community over there. We would love to have you be a part of the community. Intergalactic Trump says, wouldn't want to be a cop. These body cams are crazy. Gardening says, I like watching the sovereign citizen ones. The scream when they bust the windows is great. You know, I have one of those somewhere in my watch later folder. So I like watching. Yeah, okay, I've read that already. The body cams were one sweet one. That is why we are enjoying watching you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And Intergalactic Trump says, happy 200. Always forgot that. Always forgot the celebration. Guys, thank you so much. We are at the end of the live stream. Yes, we went over because we wanted to do a bonus episode. I spend hours and hours preparing these shows, trying to make sure that I respect your time and I give you value. Give me feedback in the comment section or in the chat or on the Discord and let me know what you think about the show and what you would like to see more of. I would like to hear from you what you would like to see more of and what you appreciate about the show. It helps me keep doing what you like and do less of what you don't like. So my job is to serve you and to make sure that your time invested in the show isn't wasted. So thank you so much. I want to celebrate all of you who have taken the time to be part of the chat. All right. Intergalactic Trump. Okay. I have an applause button and I'm not afraid to use it. Okay. I have an applause button. I'm not afraid to use it. I'm going to use it to my heart's content because I love the sound of applause. And Gardening, thank you so much for moderating and for reminding me of things that I should be saying. I'm so focused on delivering the news and commentary and the stories that I tend to forget to ask you guys to consider liking or sharing or subscribing or joining the Discord server. And I keep forgetting, but Gardening, thank you so much for doing that. And Chrissy, always a pleasure to see you in the chat. Always a pleasure, even if it's just a couple of words, but it's always great to have you in the chat. Always great to see you around. It makes our hearts soar to see you in the chat. And for the locals, those of you who watch in the background, you watch in the background, you're shy, you want to be private, and you don't want to be out there. I get it. Not, all of us have those moments where we're like, should I say something? Will I be understood? Will I be misunderstood? Do I really want to say something? Do I want to be out there? We get it. So we want to say thank you for just taking the time to hang out with us. All right? Thank you so much. All right, so gardening is adding her voice to mine. Thank you, everyone who joined us tonight. Hope everyone has a good night. Take care. So guys, again, let's know what you like about the show generally and what you would like us to do more of and what you like us to do less of. Thank you so much. And I would like to say thank you. And I'll be praying for you guys. And I'll see you tomorrow. We live stream every day, Sundays through Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern. So I hope to see you tomorrow, Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, where we come back and then we, hang out and do a watch party where we see what's going on in the news and watch a few things like these body cam videos. Look, guys, gardening is telling me how she likes the body cam videos. I know there are a bunch of you out there. I need to hear from you as well. Okay, so let me know in the chat. I enjoy watching these. And a few of you do, but I would like to hear from you. And also, if you want to make suggestions or send in stories, okay, you can send in your stories at crossroadsirl@gmail.com, or you can join the Discord server and send in stories, links to stories that you think would be great for us to include during the live stream. So please consider contributing. We want to hear from you, and we want you to be part of the story, because the show essentially is the stories, the chat, okay, the stories and the chat. Okay, I am just a facilitator. I'm a guide. I try to platform you guys so that your voice is heard. If you have opinions, I platform you and we can have conversations around the chat. So thank you all so much for hanging out with us on our 200th episode. You guys rock. Thank you so much. And I'll catch you tomorrow on the next one. Thank you all so very much. Bye-bye.